We'll take this to the saw and take a nibble off of this end. I just need it to be saw cut straight. That's not going to work. Try to squeeze these blocks in. I need a V block is what I need. We'll see if I can use this gap here as kind of a V block. All right, let's go clean this up. That's going to be cool. You know, I searched all over the internet and I could not find this piece for that motor. And that's one of the most popular engines literally in the world. Like why not? Why don't they sell this pre-made for people like me who build custom choppers out of garbage? Because that's what we do on Motorcycle Madness. We build stuff out of garbage. Like that bike, garbage. And no, it's not garbage. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this file, kind of go over this edge a little bit. This is as flat as I need it to be. I'm gonna go over this edge, clean it up, get the burrs off, that sort of thing. Worst comes to worse, basically this is going to seal against a flat surface. If it leaks, it's probably going to leak. But odds are it's not going to leak enough to be even noticeable. That's the beauty of these small motorcycle engines, is they don't have enough, especially with this big of a pipe. It's not going to have enough back pressure to be a problem. But just in case it is, just in case it leaks worse than I anticipate, because you can only go so with this fitting here. We'll make a piece of copper that fits here that'll squish into it, so that's all. And I probably could find some sort of exhaust gasket material. So maybe go to a mechanic shop and see if I can find some old Chevrolet exhaust gasket or something, so that way we can make a custom gasket. It's not going to take much. All right, so hopefully I don't ruin my camera sensor with this, but I'm going to do a little welding. Let me make sure that this is in the right spot before we go to town. okay. That's where that's going to live. Okay, so a little disclaimer, I'm a terrible TIG welder. So somebody monkeyed with my machine. So I don't actually know what settings to use. Because I'm not actually good at this. So figure it out. Not the best welds, but for what this part actually does, not really a big deal. Okay, so I wanted to TIG it because this dimension is critical. The distance from here to here is what's critical. None of this really matters as long as this stays put where it's at, because as you tighten this side sits up against the motor. As you tighten it, this puts pressure on this sleeve, and that's what that weld's for, holds it in place. So let's bolt it on and see if it works. It should. All right, y'all, that's solid. Bring it in so you can see it better. Yeah, that's gonna work. This joker's got some compression, man. That's impressive. Okay, so now we are going to work on, I'm excited about that. I am stoked about that, y'all. No joke. That's exciting. So we can't quite cross the exhaust out because I got a lot of work to do. Flip the camera. We got to bring it down, under. See, it's kind of coming at an angle, under, over, then up, and boop. Was going to put a fishtail on it, but got another plan for this. This is just too cool to waste on junk. And I think it would look better. I got a Triumph frame that we're going to put a Briggs & Stratton industrial engine on. And I gotta have one bike that has a tractor flat. Just gotta have it. That's just the way it is. I don't know if I want to use these headlights on this bike, although they would look cool. I think the fender would hit them. I think I'm just going to go with a traditional single. There's one on eBay I've been eyeballing a long time. I really want it. I like it, baby. I like it. But we're not worried about that right now. We need to be able to stop because we got to fabricate a battery box, and we got to fabricate the brackets for the rear brake system. And I'm going to pull some existing parts off of a frame that I have over here. So let's go do that. So yeah, I got parts on this bike It actually uses a cable, which I think is kind of cool. It uses 2 cables actually. Look at that go. That was extra. This is gonna be a lot of work, but we're gonna do this. So let me put you down and let me get this frame somewhere where I can work with it. Just put it up here on these sawhorses. Get you right here. Oh, that was heavy. Okay, so quite a bit of usable stuff here. All right. Might end up cutting this off. This is a good front end. I ended up cutting that. And use that for something. These are some decent handlebars. Not really uncomfortable. I thought about putting these on the Nighthawk. Got some good foot pegs. But this is what we're after today. This here. See, this is the brake. Don't really like how this rubs. Sorry. Don't really like how that rubs. We're gonna have to do something with that. But I think all of this unbolts. Yeah, and this will screw. Sorry, this will screw into the brake system. We got a bracket here, right there, that we can use. And one day we're going to take that center stand right there and see if we can fit it to the Nighthawk. If you've ever had a bike with a center stand, oh my gosh, they freaking rock. I don't know if it's tall enough. I would think it would be. But we'll sure find out. We can make it tall enough if we have to. Thought about too, seeing if this brake mounting bracket would work on the chopper. simply because, one, these are new pads, and two, this might allow me to use that other front tire. Sorry, again. This would allow me to use that other front tire. And I know this works. I pumped it up with fluid. It probably still has fluid in it. Pumped it up with fluid, works great. Nothing wrong with it. That's what's preventing me from using that other front tire. Now, on this bike, the bigger tire actually does look better. But if you see, it's a spoke tire. And it's not only is it a spoke tire, but it's a tubeless spoke tire. And between me and you, I really don't want to be on the side of the road because of that. That would really piss me off. I mean, I know it's done. It's been done. It's obviously done here. Obviously, it holds air. But that tire is tubeless. It's a solid alloy rim. The tires are easier to find and cheaper and easier to find. It's a 110 80x16. This is a pretty cheap tire. Because I'm going to have to replace both these tires eventually. I mean, if you know me, I'll run them no matter what the tread looks like. Yeah. So we got to get all those brackets onto this bike. And I think they'll bolt up just fine. You may have to do a little welding to make it work. But I think the same company that made that other bike made this one. So it's not a big deal. Some of the parts off of that other bike fits this frame, had fit this frame, like this back tire here. But yeah, we got to get something to hold this in place. I'm going to weld something here, bracket here that goes from here to there. Holds that back tire in place. Y'all sorry about the horrible camera work. So that's what we're fixing to do. Maybe later. I'm actually kind of sore. So let me go chill out for a second, then I'll be back out here later.